That's better. Excuse me. That is better. That is better, better, better. That playlist would have looped for some reason. Oh. New day. Not a new day. A new half of the day. It's the second half, specifically. Let's, I'm just gonna hang out here in limbo while we wait for some people to join. Get my PyCharm all loaded up. Make sure everything's working. I need to go. Well, I can't go into studio mode, so that crashes the stream. But I can fool around in here for a little bit. Look at that. Probably could have figured that out beforehand. There we go. 47 hours to go. That's not what I said. Oh, maybe it is what I said. 24, 48, yeah. Okay, maybe. All right. Okay. I'd like to go to the window. Wow, apparently I got that like right on. Cool. I'm gonna disable this shadow rendering. And we're gonna do something more interesting. Because I thought about it and I was like, that's not terribly interesting. And I kind of copied a lot of code, so that's not what I meant to do. I meant to tab it over. Did it again. Oh, hey, you're new. How's it going? Haven't seen you around here before. Haven't been up for very long, but it's nice to see you. I'm alright. I'm better now. I like streaming. I really like it. There's a lot of good people. It's cool when people have an interest in programming. What's your, oh, I can show you. It might error because I just changed, it might throw an error. I just changed some stuff. And it did. Just a second. I'm disabling the shadows we put in this morning. Just because they're not finished and I wanted to work on other things, so I think they would look really bad. Light position. There we go. We're a little dude in a world, and you can jump around, and you have a jetpack. You can fly a helicopter. You can ride in elevators. You can it's not textured very well. But, oh, wait, no. It looked a whole lot better when it wasn't using that other shader. Just a second. It's going to be a multiplayer shooter. So, like, run around and shoot at each other. There'll be some enemies in there as well. It's mostly just fun. It's just for fun. And we did it in, I think this is day 6. I've mostly just been trying to go, oh yeah, that looks better. Go real fast just because, to keep people interested, which is fun because I like the challenge. And I've gotten a lot of support from people, which is super cool. Yeah, this is day 6. And I had some ideas. Well, we'll see. Once I get my regular Deuterinos in here. What do you do? I'm assuming you have some interest in programming or Python or something of the sorts. So what exactly do you do? Oh, when you're reversing, the wheels turn the wrong way. I didn't think about that. The car needs to be fixed. We did not spend a whole lot. I think we did the cars and the helicopters yesterday morning. So that they're still a little buggy. Kind of fun. Go in the doors. You can shoot red bullets. They kind of look like. Oh really? You released it? What was it? Holy shit, this song is crazy. I like it. Loud though. Very loud. Just tone that down a tad. What was your game about? What'd you make it in? Was it in Unity? I've never heard of that. The App Game Kit. Is it like a an editor tool sort of thing, or is it like a language? Whoa! Lost my controller there. Oh, so it's C++. That's cool. I tried learning C++ for a while. I just could not get anything to install. It's kind of a lame reason to stop, but oh, AGK Basic. You say it was an IDE. I figured it was. Was it like a text IDE? Okay, I think I've got server debug. Oh, really? Oh, server debug. I remember that. Okay. I'm thinking I might put in local multiplayer. This stream. Could be interesting. What do you think? I like hearing what people think about the ideas. Do you think that would be cool? I mean, it would definitely be a handful. It would take a little while. Hey Pluto, what's up? Ha 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 ha. Are you still enjoying your Oh, nice. Do you not normally? Yeah, I want to make it so you can. Oh yeah, I was just saying to. I was just saying that I wanted to put in multiplayer this stream. See if I couldn't make like local. Oh shit! Sorry. Yeah, you're 4 hours ahead of me. Yeah, I want to make it like multiplayer, like online, but not online yet because I don't have a server. But it'll work the same, so it'll be well, what? I know what you meant. What do you think of multiplayer? Or do you think I should save it until like a midday stream because nobody watches these? Where are you? I know Pluto's in Brazil. Oh, did you watch the World Cup? You're in Brazil as well? Why does my I mean, I'm not complaining, obviously. Why does my channel give me so many people from Brazil? Is it just popular to... I don't understand. Because, like, I'm not complaining, obviously. My like, some of my best, Okay, I'm sorry. I apologize. World Cup is off topic. Blacklisted. What's up with Brazil? I mean, do you guys have an explanation, or you just have no explanation? Really? Thank you. they like streamers with low viewers. Why is that? Okay, do you have a reason for that offhand? That's a good point. I guess that's a very good point. And Brazil's a pretty big country, so yeah, all right. I kind of understand now. I guess I'm perfect for the Brazilian audience. I'll just deal with that. Okay. I've got a couple reference scripts from another game I wrote that was multiplayer. And I think they're pretty simple, so I'm thinking that maybe we can do this. So this is the network manager on the client side. This is the server on the server side. Well, thank you. Appreciate that. I try. I know what you mean. Should we do multiplayer? I think it would be cool, right? Like, well, or Pluto, you're my quality control center. What, oh shit, wait, I got my screen filled up with scripts. I'm assuming it was, oh, never mind then. Half-Blood, thank you for the follow. Thank you. Banana packs. I don't know what you mean by banana packs. That's the problem. It can only go so far before I say, what do you mean? What do you mean? Can I yell? Or is that too loud? Because I feel like I just blasted everybody's eardrums out. But I think I put a compressor on this. Should be. Half-Blood, don't just lurk. Join the conversation. Thank you for the follow. What do you think banana pack means? Thank you for the follow. You guys are awesome. The fuel is already apples. I don't want to make a banana particle effect as a joke. I don't want to make a particle system. You know what? Maybe we should make a particle system, and the first here, I'll add it to my handy dandy list of things that I want to accomplish by the end of ever. Particle system. Specifically, and I'll show you Now my English is good, but my handwriting is not. I will tell you that. Especially when I'm writing like in one of those ancient guys writing for the king. I shall make a particle system, specifically banana pack. Banana pack. Written somewhere. Right there. Just for you. That's dark. Half-Blood, where are you from? Are you from Brazil as well? Are you here to practice your English? That's deep. Hey Genghis, that's okay. It's okay, you can get some sleep. I appreciate you stopping in. We might hit up some multiplayer. English is pretty good. Your English is pretty good, or? Arcade. You know, people keep talking about these like game. Should I save the multiplayer? I kind of. No, you guys are cool. I like this. I like this vibe. I like that you guys are here and talking. Kitty's pretty cool. Have you seen? You haven't. This is what we've done so far. Good night, Genghis. So we've got helicopters. Genghis is a good bro. We've got platforms. We've got jetpacks. We've got health bars. We've got buildings that you can go into and push stuff around. We've got cars as well. And then we've got enemies that stand around. Oh wait, the enemies aren't here anymore. I despawned them, but you can push them out that door, and it's pretty fun. Thank you. It's been a process, but it's been super fun. Streamed the whole thing, and we're gonna stream Evermore. The shadows, I disabled the shadows because the shadows looked like doggy poop. But I can enable them again. I made it a little boolean here. Wait, is that not what you meant? I have shadows. But they look kind of funky with all the platforms above, especially. It looks silly. And also they move. And it's weird that they move. Oh, it's just Python with Kivy for like drawing and input and audio if we ever do that. We're probably gonna do that. We're definitely gonna do that. Merry Christmas. I don't think it's Christmas in Brazil. You can't trick me that far. Are you leaving because it's Christmas? That's a bad reason to leave. Okay, and you can also collect power-ups when you're in the Blender, yeah. Just Blender. And then I exported them as objects, and then these shadows look ridiculous. Let's just put one static light in the middle. You know what? Actually, let's not work on the shadows. Shadows need to not be part of this for a little while because they look too funky, and I don't want to deal with that. Yeah, we did do it in Blender. Blender and Python. And Kivy as well. Yeah, shadows are weird. But they're cool to have. They're cool to show off. What happened to the simpler graphics? You've been here. Fix what platforms? Oh, and this building right here, this building that looks like a regular building, is an elevator, and actually. And I was thinking we could put a timer on the elevator. I had a bunch of little bug fix ideas. Like if you get out of a vehicle, your velocity stays the same as what the vehicle was before. I think that would be a good idea rather than setting it to 0, because it looks weird. It doesn't look right. But I was thinking multiplayer. What do you guys think of multiplayer? That would be cool today. And it's been a half an hour since we started the stream, and I'm itching to do something. Do you want to hit up multiplayer? I think that'd be cool. Ugh. If I hear one more thing about banana packs, I'm gonna freak out. I appreciate you, Pluto, but banana packs. Multiplayer would be cool. Okay. Do we have... Oh my gosh. But everybody else has to get involved too. I count 5 viewers. That's what Streamlabs counts. Do we do multiplayer? Or do we do a banana particle effect? Okay, now it says 3 viewers, so I'm just gonna make an executive decision. Oy. Multiplayer. Let's do it. So, first of all, we need another class of player. We've got enemy, or we've got character. Poll has ended. I don't know what dark energy is. I feel like there's a different outcome to this. You're gonna pull some funky logic on me. I'm gonna ride with that play. Okay, so we need another type of player, and it'll be a network player. So it'll just set its position and then like lerp to that position, or like set its animation. This is scary. Yeah, it's bad juju. That's what dark energy is. Let's make a backup though, because I'm scared. I'm scared of making a mistake. Backup made. And we'll go to my reference scripts. Okay. This will be fun. Oh. Do we also have to sync physics over the network? We do, don't we? We do, because it's physics. I didn't think about that. We can do it. That's not a problem. Will it look good though? It won't look good. Maybe it will look good. Depending on your network speed. It'll look really janky if you have a bad ping. I'm thinking we run a physics simulation on the server, and then all of the dynamic objects are synced with the server, and they're kinematic. So when you run into it, it registers a collision on the server end that moves the kinematic object. Why am I talking? Because I'm thinking at the same time. Can't you see? I'm trying to think. I'm not reading this off a script. I'm trying to think. So when you collide with one of the kinematic objects, you'll be setting your position. But the only reason why it's kinematic is because if it doesn't move, then you get pushed back as well, but you don't push it. You don't want it to be like pushable. So it won't be so janky, but you might just not push it. I don't do YouTube. I might like upload my streams to YouTube. I've got that all set up. I just haven't done it. Okay, so for anybody who just joined, we're doing physics over a network. We're gonna start doing that. We've made a backup. So if this goes wrong, we'll make a montage of all like the glitches and bugs and my stupid face reacting to them. That would be good. Do you think people would watch that? Okay, so we've got a network player. I'm trying to map this out in my head. We've got a network player, we've got like a network prop, we've got static objects that don't change, single player or multiplayer. And then, or we could just run the same server, but client side, and then you would just reference the exact things on the server, and it wouldn't even bother with networking. It would just be like a pseudo network, but it would be in code. It would be fine. But then if you wanted to go into multiplayer, you'd make the network like send its information over a network rather than just directly access it using the code. Does that make any sense? This is going to be an interesting project that it might take a while. I've done it before, but I don't remember exactly how. So this is going to be interesting. Should I clickbait the shit out of it? Okay, if it makes sense to you and you have no experience in multiplayer, I'm gonna pat myself on the back, because that feels like that should never happen. I don't think that's ever happened to me. I feel like I always ramble and then nobody understands what I mean, and then I just do it by myself, and they're like, oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, so I guess starting out, let's just send our position to a server. Okay, that sounds good. I'm nervous because this is gonna be janky. I have a feeling. Do we need like I think we're gonna need to do like some threading and stuff with Kivy, because Kivy has its own main loop. Twisted has its own main loop. I think we're gonna need to do threading with that, because we're gonna use Twisted for the networking. I think it should be good. Sorry I'm talking so slow. I'm thinking again. I should stop thinking. I should just do it. So, it's always so nerve-wracking before you do something that you're not sure if it's gonna work out. It's gonna work out. It always works out. But okay. So I've got this reference script Twisted server app. And I think it would work for our server. Oh, maybe not. Let's ignore this. Let's not. Let's not do it from a script. Let's do it all ourselves. That I feel like that would be a mistake. Shit, I thought I should have thought about this beforehand, but we're gonna wing it. Okay, so we're gonna make a server script. And I'm curious, so I'm gonna look at this. I need to do a tiny bit of research before I do this. Install Twisted Reactor. Oh, never mind. Beautiful. Kivy has support for Twisted. I totally forgot. Oh, is it sleepy time? That's all right. When you get back, we'll have some janky ass multiplayer. It was nice having you here. I'll see you later, man. Later. Maybe tomorrow. Okay. So I'm gonna see. That sounds a little cute. Okay. Thank you for the blessing. I need it. Add prop. Oh, wow, there's a lot of thought that went into this server script. Okay, self.server.dispatch to server factory. Holy moly, okay, so, I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. I don't want to let you guys down. Okay. No, I didn't. I went to one game programming course in high school for a semester. Other than that, I did not graduate high school. I have studied programming though, on my own time. That's one string. Yeah, it's been a process. I learned stuff in my game programming class, but it wasn't terribly beneficial. It was a very intro programming intro to game design class. Okay, so we don't have any scripts right now. Okay, so we've got it's not easy. It's not easy at all, but if you just acknowledge that you're gaining skill, then let's ignore all the stuff that I don't know what I'm doing. So I'm looking at a reference script, and you know what? Maybe I should. I'm gonna open up my other project. So I'll show you guys what I made with multiplayer. You guys can look through my, and I promise that I'm not wasting time. I have 2 viewers. That makes me feel so much better. I don't want to do this for a bunch of viewers. So we've got this server script is the main thing running our server. I don't know why this is happening. I think here, let's see. Application. Let's run it. So you start in this little room and you can run around. And then that's if you don't enable the server. All right. See ya in a sec. Okay, so this is the server. So since I've done everything in PyMonk, for the physics, this is the server. It generates all the colliders and stuff. In 2D. Wait, what happened? Okay. Oh, fuck it. Let's just do it. I'm done. I'm done messing around with this. I'm just gonna sort of... Oh yeah, I didn't mention that. Yeah, so we're doing it in PyMonk for the physics. They're 2D physics, but with like a 3rd axis that I added just from like having a height and a y value for each collider, and then you can land on it based on those values. It works pretty well, actually. Oh man, this is scary, but I'm gonna do it. I just need to not freak out. This is a lot. You guys need to be my my support, my moral support, my emotional support, not moral support. Is moral support a thing people say? Okay. What's server factory? Wait, let's just make a text server. Why am I doing a graphical server? Fuck that. Wait, what am I doing? What do people say? Oh, moral support? Yeah, I don't know what that means. I just thought about it. This doesn't need to be a thing. I don't know what I'm doing there. I haven't done anything in Twisted in a while. Yeah, I need to stop thinking about how many people are watching. That scares me. There's only 2 people now. And I've calmed down. Server client. Okay. Okay, so server client is the representation of connection, if that makes any sense. So it's like the address to send, like the connection to send one of the clients data or receive data from them. So that manages. We'll do server scripts. Import connection. And then wait, 8,000? Isn't port 8,000 like internet? This is kind of an unnecessary function here. But I guess it keeps the connection IDs individual, but also like, well, I guess you could log the connection number, but it doesn't really matter. Never mind. We're logging all our clients into a dictionary. Well, not a dictionary, but a set. But we're giving each one an independent ID. Okay, so this will be the same system for the connections, but I think connections would be a better way to identify them. And then we'll have a full, like a server dispatch method. Yeah. So we're just going to go through all of our clients and send the message to each one of them. And then when we want to do like a single player thing, dispatch is just going to send a message straight to the application. Yeah, okay. And then we need to remove client as well, or remove connection. Does it? Keep saying client. I appreciate you guys being here. You guys are both new faces around here. That's cool. I like having you around. And then we'll need to send like a remove function. We'll just separate it by a pipe. Or a remove command, I guess, over the server. I'm gonna hide how many people are watching from me, because I keep looking up at it and it scares me. I'm using a reference script, by the way, just to get me started from something that I've written before. So I'm just familiarizing myself with the Twisted framework again, because well, thank you for that sentiment. Means a lot. I'm on, yeah, I mean, you can look at my schedule, see how it works for you. I've got plenty of different times you can watch. Yeah, don't stay up until like 4 in the morning. Just watch well, I mean, I don't want you, yeah, let's not mess around with that yet. So we'll just dispatch the message to everybody. Okay, the beginning has happened. Our multiplayer venture. Let's make another Python package here. scripts or server scripts. This is going to be used everywhere. I'll combine it anyway. The PyCharm will do that for me. So just ignore that. And then we'll add a Python file called connection. And let's just make a nice little server client. That's what we want it to be. Okay, from Twisted. So did that server kind of make... Yeah, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. Last time I did it with no breaks. Well, no, I did it with like a 5-minute break. Yeah, no, it's rough. It was rough. It was super, and like it didn't go super smoothly either. So like, and I had like almost the most followers or the most people watching at one time. So I was really nervous. Oh, yeah, I know. I don't know if it'll work for a lot of people. Like, I don't think somebody's gonna watch for 6 hours. Some people do though, so I don't know. I wanted to make something that, because most of the days I don't stream at normal times because of work, but I wanted Sundays and Wednesdays to be for people who can't make it to the normal stream. So I figured I'd just burn myself out on Mondays or on Sundays and Wednesdays. It'll be all right. It worked out before. And then some people are into it. And it's a popular time for people. Like, they don't like watching my 6:30 to 10. They normally join around 9 and then they're like, it's almost over, so. Okay, so since this is a protocol, this is a Twisted protocol, these are some functions that come inherently with protocol. Like you can find these, or just, well, it does. That's not true. It does. Connection made and connection lost are methods, are Twisted methods. So, and also data received, which we're gonna do here in a second. So, the data that has been received, and sometimes in Twisted or whatever, sometimes the messages get packed. So you get 2 messages into one, and that can cause some funky errors. What we want to do is make sure that we split them. So, and actually I forgot in the server to add a little semicolon there. That'll be our end character, and you kind of need that because sometimes it's a little funky. And to prevent this, we say messages equals data dot decode UTF-8. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm doing something wrong, but that has been my experience in the past. We'll see. If we come up with a fix for it, then that's great. Cool. But right now I'm going to just play it safe. For message and messages, we'll separate it into arguments. So and this is by the way, so data received is this client is, or connection, sorry. This connection is clients or server side. So when the server receives a message from a player or from this specific connection, right, the player associated with this connection, it'll receive it in data received. and then it'll set all the arguments. So if it's like a position message, it'll have like a P at the beginning of it, or whatever we decide the identifier is, and then it'll set the position of the connection to that position, and then it'll dispatch that position to the other clients on the server, right? So we're going to separate it into arguments, and the arguments are separated in the string by a pipe. That is what we did right here. This is just a server message. So when you remove a connection, you send this. So you send the server ID or the connection ID, and then like an R for the remove. And then the client will just know what to do with that. It'll have a condition for it. So we're gonna leave this blank. We'll just print args. And then factory is also set, I believe, automatically from Twisted. So like a protocol has a factory when it's been added onto a factory, which is our server. Our server is the factory. So we say self.factory dispatch. This method we called down here, or we created, right? And we need a message to dispatch. And we will dispatch it from our client ID, and we'll dispatch the message. So format self.connection, connection ID is what I called it, and message. So it really is just, it receives data and then it sends the data to the server, but this midway, this middleman is the connection, and it'll keep track of the running position. And mostly we're doing that so that when somebody new joins the server, they know where a certain enemy is or a certain player is or whatever, and everything in the scene doesn't have to like send a message or like remember. Well, it's remembering the last known position. I guess I don't even know how you would do that unless they moved the prop or they moved the other player, like the other client moves and then it sends like a move method to everybody else, and then it goes to the right position. This way, when you join the server, they can just mass say like, okay, here's where everything is right now. So this is, you can record your position or whatever in connection, and we'll put a bunch of variables. So we'll be like self.position equals 1010, right? Or 10-1, and we'll change that position depending on the arguments that are being sent through the connection, if that makes any sense. So that when somebody new joins, you can just send that position like you would regularly do if you received it just then. And that is our whole connection class. That's everything. We're gonna add on to it, of course, but that's it for now. And then the dispatch is what we're calling from the connection, and it just sends all the connections the information, which in reality we don't need to send the message back to the connection. So we'll have like a blacklist, or we'll have like a list of connections that we want to send it to, but right now it's fine. We don't need to worry about it. Now, why is scene.py in here? What is scene.py? Oh, that's when we're doing the lighting. Just delete that. We don't need that anymore. How How are we running the server? Let me just think. Let me look here. Okay, yeah. So right down at the bottom of here, I forgot to put in the, I was like, I don't even know why this would run. Name equals. And if anybody knows the PyCharm shortcut for writing this out, I would love to know that. Thank you. Thank you for the feedback. It'll become more and more clear as we go on. Which I'm hoping will happen with me too, because I'm kind of learning in this, in a sense as well. Server. Because this is like old code that I'm running over. I'm kind of just explaining to myself at the same time. I understood this at one point, but we'll see. We'll see how it turns out. So, what else do we need to do? We need to make a client, obviously. I think the server will run. Wait, let's see. Nope. Wait, actually, what am I doing? Not what am I doing? What am I trying to do here? Right now, the app doesn't even matter. Let's just, because I in the example that I'm looking at, the app was a the app was so that I could debug it from the server's end easily. But wait, hold on a second. Server client. Server factory. Yeah, so that was instantiating the app, but it really doesn't need to be because we're not doing any sort of GUI and we're actually not even sending physics over the server yet, so we should be good. Server start. Yeah. Okay, so all we need to do is say self.server.start. Just instantiate the server and then start it. So s equals server s dot start. How many people are watching? I turned it off so I wouldn't get nervous. But if I'll just show everybody if there's more people. So we're making a game where we can run around and we can shoot and we can fly helicopters. And don't tell me. I turned it off. That's okay. You can, okay, so you can fly helicopters, you can drive cars, you can shoot, and what I want to be able to do is play with your friends over multiplayer, and that's what we're working on right now. Just a little context to it. So let's start the server and see if it runs. It finished. Why did Kivy load? Okay, so because we've got Kivy support for a twisted reactor, but I don't know why that would be important if we're doing headless. Is it important? I'm trying to think. I don't think so. I don't really care about making debug for the server. Oh my lord, warm. Oh my gosh, what is this song? Okay. I'm just gonna work through it. I know you can do like reactor.reactor.run or something like that, right? I'm just gonna comment these out. I thought that there was maybe we should do it maybe we should make a sweating. Make an application for it. Let's just look up a twisted example. I'm sure I have them on here. I think I have some on my laptop. Or we can just... How do you start just a default reactor? Okay, I'm not gonna do anything with that. Let's just do it the way that we were doing it. Yeah, let's cut this out. Move this into server scripts. Server app is the name of the game. And let's make a simple app. Because I want to understand how I did it before. And changing things on the fly is a really good way to get something real messed up. Server.server, and it'll take app, because I think we're going to need to reference back to the application at some point, but we'll see. And then we will start the server. And we'll make just the most basic, just return widget. Done. And I think I'm good. Now we just need to... So I don't know how to do it using Twisted Reactor. It's just a simple little command, but I don't know what it is, and I'm not going to fumble around trying to find it. So let's just use Kivy. That seems like a weird jump in logic, but again, if anybody knows the keyboard shortcut, which seems unlikely, but throwing something out there. I know that it exists because I've accidentally done it like 10 times. I can't recreate what I did though. Okay, so we'll see what happens with this. Wait. There we go. I think we have a server running. You know what'll prove that is if we try to run another server and it crashes because it cannot listen. Only one usage of each socket address is normally permitted. So what that means is that we have successfully started our own server. Woo! Okay, I'm feeling a tiny bit bitter. Tiny bit better. Tiny bit. Okay. Oh. Let's just close down any sort of thing that we don't need. Now we need to connect to it. So let's do a server client just as a test. Or I guess client. And then let me just network manager. Okay. I really hope I didn't need to use threading because I don't want to mess with that, to be completely honest with you. Don't want to mess with it. And I'm hoping I think that's what the Kivy like convenience functions are for, so that you don't have to mess around with stuff like that. Because trying to do that, and the only reason for it is that Twisted has a main loop. It's ridiculous that you would have to do threading because of that small little limitation. So network manager, I think, might be the thing to go for. Yeah, so I'm gonna go back. What's an application? I know application was heavily involved in server side, which terrible programming, but why what? What was I saying? I don't remember what I was saying. Was I talking about, oh, the two main loops? So generally, like a server or like sockets, you need to know threading, because if you're iterating over and checking for connections constantly, you need to check for those connections, but you also need to like wait to send things or like wait for replies. So if you're waiting for a reply, you can't be doing other things like looking for new connections. So threading is required if you're doing a server, I guess, traditionally. And since Kivy has a main loop that runs independent of any application, like you can't just say kivy.update. It has its own main loop. Twisted is the same way, where it has its own main loop. So how do you like interweave these main loops? It's threading, right? Or the magic Kivy convenience function, which is super nice. I was so happy when I found that, because I was trying to, I successfully did an application without it. And it was such a pain. So we're just gonna say from scripts. This is just a test client app. So maybe we'll like send a message to the server. And then once we're able to send a message to the server, then we'll start sending messages from the player to the server, and then receiving it from the player or from the server, and then multiplayer happens, right? That's how that works. Just trust the process. Yeah, you can't think too far ahead, because if you think too far ahead, you're just gonna get yourself all as I write as I import a class that doesn't, or a module that doesn't exist. Import clock. Okay. You guys are being awfully quiet. Just absorbing, or what's up? Hopefully you're entertained. Okay, we're just gonna have a simple connect to server function. Well, that makes me happy. I'm glad you're entertained. And then once we like on key down, or no, not on key down, I'm just gonna send the position of the touch on the screen. So I'll touch this, or I'll click, and then it'll send the position that I clicked at, and then the server will send me back a position, and then maybe I'll like display a widget on the screen at that position from the server. So that will like, that'll like sort of debug both ends. That'll be cool. Okay. And we need UIX widget, import widget. Well, we need like a root application. You know what? Let's just print things for now. And actually, I think we're done with our application class. That was kind of silly of me not to do this. I'm not saving this value anywhere. I don't know why I'm. And actually, wait. This is being imported. Let's not do that. server app, server app.run. Oh, I'm so glad that this is simplifying down so much. I was worried at the beginning of this. Now I'm feeling all right. Okay, so we also want a network manager, right? That's what we said that we needed. Python file. And the network manager is just a simple class that manages a client factory, right? Where's network manager? I had a reference script up here. This is so much better than doing it like off the top of my head. Oh, I should do this more often. Because then I'm refreshing myself, and you guys don't have to watch me fumble around with different ways of doing things. I just look and I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That works. Self.connection equals none. No connection yet. But when I connect to server, and right now it's just going to be localhost dot connect TCP. I should really look into networking more. I have no earthly idea what TCP means. I looked it up at some point. Not familiar though. So if anybody wants to fill me in. So that net client factory doesn't exist yet, but it will, and it'll be, we'll go over that when it happens. So on connection is also a function of, well, no. Connection is a, connection made is a protocol method. We'll call this from connection made. So on connection, self.connection equals there we go. And connection is really long to type out, so I'm just gonna give that a little skip Maruni. Then we're gonna send a message. So this is just kind of like the interface for it, so it'll be conveniently defined. This network manager is going to be very abstracted. We're just going to send a message for now. We'll have a nice convenience. Some arguments that you can put in little keyword arguments. So like, oh, it's a position message, so update my position associated with this client, or like, I want to despawn or take damage or something like that. I don't know. Switch my animation. That would work. Self.connection. So make sure that we're actually connected to a server. Because if the game's running and I'm not connected to a server, then just, yeah, you get it. Message equals, well, self.connection dot write message dot encode UTF-8. That'll work. And then we receive message. Hey, what's up? I am less afraid. Things are going all right. We're understanding things. It feels good. we're going to say messages equals message.split. And remember, our separator for each message is a semicolon. A pipe is a separator between all the arguments in the message. So that'll be the format that we're looking for. But right now we're trying to split between different messages that are strung together, which happens sometimes. We're only going to get the last one for some reason. Oh, up to the last one. I think the reason I did this before was because when I received a message, it was always like, there was always a blank message at the end of it, weirdly enough. But that was just sort of the fix that I came up with. I was like, just do everything other than the last one, because there's always a weird message at the end that I can't seem to stop from happening. So, because the split only splits. It gets the left of the message, and then if it ends in a semicolon, it ends in an empty string. So this -1 cuts off that empty string in the at the last index, at the last position in the list. And then print message. Let's just print the message. Now this is going to be pretty short. The rest of this from twisted.internet import reactor protocol. We're going to make a protocol, and it's going to be called NetClient or client or connection. Called it NetClient before. Yeah, the indexing is nice. Slicing the list is nice. I use it all the time for like different arguments for well, especially because my physics engine is 2D. I very commonly need to get only the X and Z position. On connection. So these are just methods that we're overriding from the protocol. Nothing too complicated though. This is just when we connect, we'll actually, I probably should have just done the factory first. Make this a little bit more clear. We'll go over it, and I'll post this code for you guys. UTF-8-8. So, see how we receive a message. This manager, I'm using PyMonk. I'm just using it myself. Kivy doesn't have support for it. It's just a really flexible physics engine. It's pretty cool. So that's the end of our NetClient. It's just basically, it does all, Twisted does all the magic behind the scenes. And then it sends the information to those functions, which is so nice. Before, when I was doing it with what are they called? Why can't I think of it? Or what is it called when you're I don't know what the built-in like networking module is called, but it's a pain. Maybe it says something about me that I think it's a pain in the bootay, but it is. That was a really gross thing to say, but I'm good. I stand by the argument I was making. Started connection. Started connecting. Excuse me. Self. I don't know what connector is. But this method is called on when the factory starts connecting. So the factory is the thing that connects to the server. The client is the interface with another server client connection. One of these connections connects to the client, and they share a mind. Client connection lost. Nice. I like that PyCharm completes that for me. Client connection failed. We can also say self.factory or self.manager receive message started to connect. So that'll be cool. We'll see the debug as it's happening. Oh, okay. So I think that's it for our network manager. A lot of things that aren't really necessary, but it should be cool. I think it'll work. So client app, it imports network manager. And now we have a send message function, right? So if we send it to the server, let's say on touch, oh wait, application doesn't have on touchdown. A widget does though. So let's make a root widget that's just a widget. Now, if you're not familiar with Kivy, don't worry. It's pretty simple. On touchdown. It can get complicated. Obviously, we're doing our little 3D game here, but we're gonna need a reference to the application though. So define init. I'm kind of surprised nobody's had a problem with me calling the calling methods like this instead of using super. I don't know if it's improper syntax, but I kind of like it better. It seems more clear to me. And it's less of a pain to write out. Self.app network manager send message click. Okay, and then return root. Will that work? We'll see. So let's run the server. And let's run the client. They're both running, and neither of them are erroring. until I click. Application has no attribute, network manager. It's called Net Manager, not Network Manager. I think it should be called Network Manager. Well, thank you very much for that. And if it's nighttime, which I'm assuming it is, then good night. It was nice having you here. Thank you for the follow as well. I will not forget that. It's actually been very strongly on my mind, and I'm scared that it'll start deleting my videos. I'll just do it from the later videos first, and I'll just I'll upload them all at the same time. You have a good night. Oh, okay, so it didn't do anything. It didn't do anything when we clicked, which is good, kind of. Let's look at our network manager. Print sending okay. It's not even. Okay, so it doesn't have a connection. On connection. Let's figure out what the problem is here. So it doesn't seem to be. Oh, well, okay. Connection lost. And this will be our new way to print things. This is a little bundle of test. Failed. And lost connection. It didn't say failed. I am printing my message right now. Started to connect, failed. Okay, failed to connect. It's my server. What's going on with my server? How's everybody else doing? This is a team effort, by the way. You guys are here to make me feel better. Make me feel a little warm and fuzzy. And I am here to entertain you to some extent. And also to learn about cool stuff. But don't forget about the warm and fuzzy part, is what I'm saying. Okay, so we've got the connection is also a server thing. We need to stop, we need to separate this out. That is unrelated. Get out of here. So it just straight up failed. Connection made, let's say print connection made. Okay, well that's just gonna fail. If I do server app, run that. I feel like, how do I debug the fact that the server is running? How do I do that? Can it tell me that it's running? Or should I just assume that it's running by the fact that it's not erroring? Just a second, I gotta go into Task Manager here just a second. Okay, are all these Python scripts? No, okay, I got like 5 windows open. I'm just gonna make sure that I'm not running some processes in the back. Okay, no, I think I'm good. I think so, hopefully. Alright, cool. That's happened to me before, where I do a bunch of server debugging, and then I look at my processes, and I've got like 400 window or processes running, and it's not cool. But I think that's because of the threading, and Twisted takes care of threading, so I think we should be good. I'm gonna trust them. Connection made. It's because I'm connecting to port 800. Come on. Client app. Connection made. Sending click. Okay. There we go. Sending click, click, click. Okay. Now what's happening from the server? The server remove client doesn't exist. Cool, that was a success. We got that's kind of exciting actually. I love when things work. Okay, remove connection. Server debugging though is the worst kind of debugging, because wait, oh, this is the server. Okay, sorry to connect, failed. Is the server okay? Server's fine. Client, I think I might have started client first. Connection made. Okay. Click. Okay, server didn't die. It did die. Register client. Oh my lord. Come on, just tell me. Tell me when this isn't a thing. What are you here for, PyCharm? Does this just restart? Rerun. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love that. Rerun. Click. Reference before assignment. Okay. I don't know why I thought that would work. Clients. Holy moly. Just connections. Consistency is key when you don't want to rerun a program 8,000 times. There we go. Okay, sending click. Oh, this is gonna be cool. It's gonna be cool when we finally get this. Okay, connection made. That we made a connection. Exciting. That was happening before, wasn't it? It was. That's all right. Still exciting. Now, are we receiving data? Print data. Yeah, we did receive it. Cool. It doesn't end with the semicolon though, which it should. So I think that's why it's not. It's so when we send our click message, it needs to end in a semicolon. But we don't need to do that every single time. Let's just do that in the network manager, and then we'll just add it to send message. And never mind, it's more simple when we just do it at the end. So a semicolon at the end, so that's the escape character. It needs to be there. I shouldn't have done that little decision. There we go. Server app, click. Cool. So that that worked. Am I receiving it again? Yeah, we received it. So we sent a message to the server, we got a message back. And then we can just, these pipes, so this is the ID of the person sent it. Right now we are at 0. Let's start another client. Let's click with this client, look at this one, and for some reason we have none showing up as the user ID, but it's still working. Oh, it sent the message even if they were errored. Has no attribute client ID. Okay, well, it's cool anyway. So we connected 2 clients to the server. Okay, thank you. Now, let's do a little bit more testing with it. I mean, obviously we're gonna do some more testing with this, but before we start adding it to the actual game, we're gonna do some more testing. This water is so old. Yuck. What are we doing? Where did that error take place? Connection ID, client ID. Yeah, there we go. That'll solve. Okay, now let's connect. Okay, we got a message back to connect another client. We got back a 0 again. Wait, if length of if the length of the connections is 0, will that return a 0? What is range 0, 0? Oh, thank you for the follow, Unseen NRG. What a buddy. Thank you. What a buddy. Who says that shit? Thank you. That means a lot. What am I doing with this? I'm distracted by my giddiness. X range 0. For I in X range 0. Colon. Doesn't print anything. Okay, that's what I thought. So maybe I should add 1. Why didn't I add 1? That would make sense, right? I don't know. This is like not even a necessary, it's not even necessary. So let's say like if self dot, well, current ID equals 0, okay? And then we'll just say current ID plus equals 1, return current ID. Done. Current ID plus equals 1, return self.current ID. Done. That whole complicated thing is finished. We're done with that. Shut down the application. So this one is client 0. Should have incremented the client ID 0 again. Okay, what if we start? Cool. 1. Okay. So we received 1 from 1 on what stream is what? What stream is this? This is our game stream. Thank you for talking, by the way. I like when people talk, because then I get to talk. It's what is it? No copyright music, free audio library on YouTube. I just went into their ultimate playlist of all of their music on their channel and then played it. Okay. Oi. -1. No, it's alright. Don't worry about it. I like when people talk. So, chat away. Anybody else wants to talk? I have no idea how many people are in this stream, and I don't want to know, because I get nervous when I see that there are more than like 5 people in the stream. So, I'm happy without knowing, but if you're here, talk. If you want. I like when people talk. I like hearing from you guys. You guys are super nice most of the time. I feel like this will work. We got client app. We got client 0 sending a message. Client 1 sending a message. Yes. Client 2 sending a message. Client 2 clicked twice. Okay. I'm happy. I'm excited. Okay, so. This is pretty like, well, this is the server, but the client application. This is all of the network manager stuff that we had to do. The root widget is just whatever. Nah, don't tell me that. The network manager is all that we have to put in our app. So if we go back to our actual game, all we have to do is put in the network manager and then we use it. Is that exciting? Want to see the game, by the way, for everybody who's here that isn't here, that totally isn't here. Do you want to see what we're making? I'm so excited because this is like, I thought that this was going to be like a big thing. This is the game. You can run around and jump from buildings and go inside buildings, and you can shoot and you can drive cars, and you can fly a helicopter that doesn't ever turn off. It just sits there and runs. And then all these apples are things that you can use to propel yourself. Yeah. I didn't put a terribly huge amount of thought into the design, but it's kind of more just for fun and hanging out and making a cool game. And then we're gonna do multiplayer so I can play with you guys if you guys want to join me, and if you're like open to not hacking my computer. That would be cool. I just need to find a secure way of doing that because I'm scared of you guys. Yep. all in Python. Yeah, and Kivy and PyMonk. So the physics are actually 2D, but I did all the 3D stuff just by saying like, okay, this collider has a Y position and a height, and so just like filter the 2D collisions based on that. It's pretty cool. We solved some good problems with that. But anyway, back to the networking. The networking is the fun part, and that's what we're doing today. And that's what I didn't put on my stream title, because I didn't know we were going to do that today. We just kind of jumped into it. Network manager. And then connection and server are both server scripts, so we can just ignore that. And then I think, so, we're gonna have to sync the physics. I'm sorry about that noise that I just made. We're gonna have to sync the physics over the server. So we're gonna have to run like a physics simulation on the server and then send that across the network, because I don't want to have like a host, because that's double the ping, right? The server runs a simulation, the players interact with that, so that'll be a lot more stable, but we have to make it in a way that we can do single player and multiplayer, so you can like directly access the physics simulation on the server in single player without having to actually go on across the network. We'll figure that out when we get there, but that's an issue that we're looking at. I'm really happy that this is working though. I'm a little bit giddy. So the network manager can just go into regular script. Not yet. I don't want to break things. I'm gonna go into my main script and just import network manager. Network manager. That is non-existent. We do server scripts, import network manager. Yeah, we've also actually, you know what, for anybody interested, we did just if I can sell you on the follow, we have the ability to do shadows, which is kind of cool, but it's also very glitchy. It was something that we did this morning as a test. It looks kind of cool, but it's also kind of ridiculous, because all the platforms above you look like weird dots on the ground, and actually the resolution is like way too high for what it should be. But anyway, that's kind of cool. I thought that was neat, but we're not going to use that. Hey, Vladimir, what's up? Oh, that's way too low. That looks terrible. Actually, you know what? That might fit our art style. If we do like a really low resolution shadow map, that might be cool. We're not doing shadows. We're not doing that right now. We're doing multiplayer. We're doing server stuff. We're making a game where you play as a robot and you fly around in cars and helicopters, and you can shoot things and go through doors. And we're gonna make it multiplayer. Oh, and this is an elevator. It looks like a building, but it's an elevator. I'm just really lazy when it comes to modeling. I don't want to test. I don't want to model something just to test an elevator. So that there's an elevator there, which is cool. It's another thing. Anyway, it's nice to see you talking though. Have you been here before? Well, obviously not, because you don't know what time of game we're making. I should just. The networking is working though. And that's what we were doing before I started playing. Now we're gonna instantiate the network manager, and we're gonna have physics eventually on the network. Network manager. Okay. I hope you stay and watch. It'd be very nice to have you. So now, wait, can we just connect our game to the server now? I think we can. Wait, self.network manager. I was thinking there was like some functions with the app, but I don't think there are. Connect to server. If our server's running. Started to connect. Nope. Light pitch. Oh, yeah. We had light controls. I might just delete that. Excuse me. Sorry. Drink some cold, murky water. Just a second. Get my throat all nice and not dry. The opposite of dry on Touch Move. Sorry, I feel like you said there were more than 5 people on this stream, and that's why I'm kind of nervous. This is what happens. Don't I'm just gonna assume that there are 2 of you. Okay. We wanted to send some sort of message to the server. We should send our player's position to the server. That would be cool. We can do that, and it'll send it right back to us, but that'll be the first step in making it multiplayer. So let's go to the update method and let's do that. Self.app.network manager send message. Oh my. Oh, you're gonna fall asleep to it? Okay, I'll try to have a smooth voice for you. What's that? I won't be able to hold that for very long. But I'm happy that I can be in your dreams. Being all excited about my stuff, my server stuff. Okay, so we've got X. Y equals this, and Z equals this. Dot format self dot position dot XYZ. So that'll be the message that we send to the server, and then we'll see what we get back. Every single. Oh, I need to. There we go. Are we sending the message? Can you guys even see the debug? What are you laughing at, mister? Okay. Connection made. Wait, oh, that's not what I wanted. Wait, main. Okay, it's not sending my position. I've got network manager, and I've got message. Is there no?
Sitting down to your morning coffee, turning on your home computer to read the day's newspaper. Well, it's not as far-fetched as it may seem. In fact, both local San Francisco papers are investing a lot of money to try.
Am I not sending the message?
Just like that started. Science editor Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
I'm just gonna say no connection. Why are we not connecting? Okay, well, it received a click at some point. Server app. Oh. Well, if you're gonna fall asleep to my stream, I just want to let you know that I stream from 6:30 to 10:30 Pacific Standard Time every day other than Sunday and Wednesday. So if you'd like to fall asleep to my stream on every day other than Sunday and Wednesday, you can follow me and we can be friends. How was that as a sell? Did I sell you on it? Do I sound desperate? I don't want to sound desperate. Wait, you're trying to fall asleep. What am I doing? You have a nice night. Just remember who I am. Follow me in your heart, not on your Twitch. Why don't we have a connection? It says starting to connect, but it never actually connects. On connection. Okay, well wait, on connection, is that a... When are we sending on connection? Oh, there we go. It says connection made, so... Oh, wait a second. No, because... What am I doing? Wait, client app needs to install the Twisted Reactor before anything else happens. There we go. Yeah, haha, I got it. Okay. And we're receiving it too. Ha ha ha. Thank you for the follow. Good man.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing.
This guy's a good actor. Could you hear that? The guy in the song? I genuinely appreciate your follow, by the way. I don't want to sound like a douchebag. I really thank you very much. Okay, oh, we're sending it to the server. Wait, I didn't actually move. I didn't move. Wait, here, let me move first, and then it'll really become real. And the server's receiving our position. And it is super slow because, oh my gosh, stop printing things.
So you know it's good. It's quite pungent.
Did I just drop frames right now? My stream said I dropped some frames. Was it because I printed so much?
60% of the time, it works. Every time.
Oh, wait, okay. So now we can send our position to the server. Maybe we should spawn some sort of placeholder for another client on the server in the game. Like just a static model. So let's do a Python file called net player. Sure, that'll work, right? And we're just gonna say from Kivy, we're gonna draw a basic mesh. It's gonna be magical. Show off a little bit of Kivy. So net player.
Can I please have your attention? I've just been handed
Dude, I don't want to give you my attention. I'm trying to do stuff.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing
But if you guys want to say something, I would love to give you my attention. Not this guy though. This guy's got a weird voice. Okay, self.canvas. We need to push the matrix. Should pop it, and then we're gonna have a position, and then we're going to say self.app.graphic data. Draw mesh. This is all something that we've covered. We draw it using the Kivy stuff. It's magic. Download it. And then we have a file name, models, enemy, I think is what it's called. It's just a static model of the enemy of the player person. He's a little taller than me. That's not what I meant. He's taller than, I don't know why I said that, but we're gonna send the canvas. That was so dumb. And then the texture is the next argument, and we're gonna say robot texture .jpg, I think. And canvas is defined here, right here. So that should draw a and then update, well, set position. I just want to get this done. That's why I'm so anxious right now. Position self.position.xyz equals position. So then we'll set that from the network manager. We'll create a net player if that is necessary, and then we'll send its position to this set position method that'll set the position to the position that we've received. Okay, and that's it. Doesn't really need anything else except for spawning it, right? Seems a little too simple, but I'm gonna call it good. So actually, I should probably duplicate this network manager and put it in scripts, just because I'm going to mess with it quite a bit and I don't want my little example to break. So server scripts done, and then we'll go back in main and we'll just take it from scripts. Nice. Okay. Now, when we have connected, wait a second. No, yeah, no. We need to do it server side. No, I'm just gonna, whenever I receive a message, I'm just gonna place an enemy at that position. But that'll mean I'm gonna be placing an enemy at my own position. I don't want that, so I'm going to go into the server and change. It's not that complicated. Let's just change it. It doesn't matter. Let's delete that network manager though, and just import it from the other thing, from scripts. Wait, that's not right. Client app. There we go. Okay. Holy hell, I'm so hot right now. This light is, it happened this morning or yesterday or whatever it happened last, but I am blazing hot. They were recommending a fan, but I don't want to blow a fan in my microphone. I could do something about it. I just want to do this, so let's do this. So let's go to the server, and when we register a new connection, let's dispatch new player, and sure, and pipe dot connection ID. Wait, whoa. What am I doing? Excuse me. So that'll be our little message that spawns the enemy at that position. So we'll just say, okay, new enemy. There's a new enemy, and this is its ID. New enemy, and whenever you get a message from this ID, sorry for bumping my microphone. Whenever you get a message from this ID, then it applies to the enemy that you spawned when you got the message from this ID, right? Simple enough. And then, seems good, right? And then we'll do like an exclude list. Exclude. And we're going to exclude the connection that we received the message from. So for C in self.connections, if C not in exclude, then send a message to that connection. Right? That's pretty simple. Okay. Now, this, we don't care about this right now. We don't care about saving the position. We'll just send it when we see like a move, then we'll that. Oh, and then, okay, so we're dispatching a new enemy for the new connection to everybody else, but we need to dispatch a new enemy to the connection that just got added, right? For every one of the other people that are in the server, you want to be like, okay, here's all these new people that are here. It's live, people. It's live. Okay. So we'll go like for, and I probably did this in my reference script, but right now I'm just kind of going off the top of my head right now. Right now. Dispatch props. I'm gonna ignore this, whatever. Let's ignore this for now as well. So it's just when the second one adds, then it, that was a necessary step. So we'll go back to the network manager and we will receive a message. Probably want to print it as well. And instead of just printing the message down here, let's say arguments equals message.split and split it by pipes. Let's just print the arguments for now. Let's get our server running. We should receive a new character when the second version of the game is started. Okay, holy moly, let's not send our position just yet. So the server's still running. Let's rerun this main program. And okay, and we got a new character, and its ID is 2, and that's accurate to what we should have had. So that only applied to the person that connected first. The second person sent or connected, and then it was like, okay, dispatch this to everybody other than the person that just sent the message, which was the only other person in the server. We need to do it reversed as well, but we're not going to mess with that right now. We're going to do a very one-sided. One player can see the other player. Okay. Exciting. So actually, I should probably just keep both of those open. Let's just, how can I tab this over? I don't want to look at it all the time. That's good. Oh, perfect. Oh, there's a little tab there. Cool. Never had to do that. Okay, so now, later on, we'll try to limit the amount of messages sent through the server. So we'll, first of all, we'll only send messages when we have moved positions, right? And then, second of all, we can say we'll only send a message when we've moved a significant distance, which is pretty small, but a significant distance, right? And then we won't just teleport to that other position, we'll smoothly move there, right? We'll go like, right? So we'll be right here, and then we'll receive a message from right here, and it'll go like, right? So it'll have sort of smooth movement. It might look a little funky when they're like jumping or something like that, but all games kind of have that a little bit. We're not going to fret too much about it. That's what I'm saying. So if arguments 0 equals n, let's print spawn player blank format args1. No, that's not necessary. We all know what the second argument is. It's whatever. Okay, so we'll say self.app.gameManager spawn net player args1. And then we'll just go into our game manager. And we'll say spawn net player, and then their ID, so client ID. Right now it's string, but we're just gonna like make it an integer before we send it. So let's just treat it like an integer. And we'll say self.net players client ID equals p, and then we'll just instantiate p. netplayer.netplayer self.app, and then we're also going to give it the ID, I think. Oh, you know what? You build up to it. Don't freak out. At the beginning of the stream, I was going to start doing multiplayer, and I was freaking out, and I actually don't know how many people are watching me right now. I've ignored that. But just dive in and go for it, and make mistakes and screw it up, and then you'll learn from it. and you'll be that much closer to your end goal of being a Python guru, enlightened being. Don't worry. There's a lot of little things you can learn. So, right now, we are making our players spawn when we receive a message from the server. And if anybody else can testimate in attest, someone else may attest to me, with me, for me, it is pretty simple, not terribly complicated. It's fun. Python's a cool language to learn if you're learning. And then you can do like really cool stuff with it as well. Anyway. I don't know why it would need a reference to the client ID, but we're gonna ignore that for now. It might as well have it. So, and then self.app.renderer scene.add p.canvas. Will that work? I think that might actually just work. Let's see if it works, because I am about 50-50 on that. Wait, did it work? It worked. Oh, it worked. That's so cool. I love it. And I'm controlling both of them somehow. Oh, does that happen with the joystick? I didn't know that would happen. You can control both screens? That's funky. But it spawned a player there when he joined. And let's make it despawn. So define, remove net player. Yeah, and if you're interested in learning Python, if you're still here, I stream all the time, and I'm happy to explain things. Like if you're working on a project on the side, I will gladly help you. I mean, maybe not with your project, but if you take a look at my schedule, just find a time that works for you. I'd love to have you here. Same goes for everybody. No, it's Kibby. I did Pygame for a while, for a long while. You never know what you're missing until you try Kibby. I like Kibby. Thank you for the follow. How close are we to our goal here? I can't actually read that number. Are we at 30 to 34? Really? Oh my gosh. I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I want to see that little check mark, you know? Oh, 35, 30, wait, really? Thank you guys, that's so cool. And then we'll just delete the reference to it in the dictionary, and I think we should be good. So if we receive a command to remove the network player, then we'll remove it. And there we go. That's what we got. And then, what was the command to remove it? Where was the server? R. So if we receive an R, if args0 equals R, then, oh, I guess it doesn't even matter if it's an integer, but I'm gonna make it an integer because that's what I sent. And then we're going to remove netplayer. Oh man, we still have plenty of time to like smooth all this networking out. Plenty of time. Okay, so this is just the dummy guy. So right when this guy disconnects, we should remove. Exit, please. Exit. Nope. Okay, we got argument C. Oh, I didn't say canvas. It should have been a canvas. Terminate. Should have been their canvas. Dot canvas. What kind of game? We're making a game. I don't know. I don't know what we're making exactly. We're gonna make a shooter game where you can just run around and fly helicopters and shoot at each other. I don't know. It's more of just like showing people everything that I have to offer and then getting all that information out there and helping people do what they want to do and closing our windows. Yeah, I don't think I need any of these reference scripts anymore. I'm happy. I'm happy with how this is working out. And I'll show you the rest of the game. Actually, you haven't seen it yet, have you? Okay, so you can get in a helicopter and you can fly around. And you can... I don't know why he's so slow. I thought he was faster than this, to be completely honest. Maybe he's not. And you can collect apples to get health. Excuse me for I normally lean away. I'm sorry. And you can get in an elevator that looks like a house right now. And you can drive cars. It's kind of just a test bed, but multiplayer. Let's see how this works. Oh. Wait, did I fix it already? Yeah, I fixed it. Okay, let's just spawn 2 instances then. Start, please. Okay, we got a network here, and we're actually controlling both of them with the joystick. I don't know how that's happening, but it's happening. And then oh my gosh, my mouse is broken. It's not. Yes, it's been a long 6 days, to be completely honest. It's fun. I mean, and you know what? The only reason I'm doing it is because you guys are watching, which is nice. We removed it. Yeah, I have awesome people watching and commenting and talking with me while I'm doing it. So keep that coming. And I will keep making this game and showing you my process. Okay. So let's do some movement, I guess. No, let's send the second player the information about, oh my gosh, I keep doing that. It's just sort of reflex. I shouldn't close all those windows. It's so much faster if I just restart them. I just wanted to get this out of the way, but I can just click that. Okay, so the network manager, no, the server. Where's the server? Why are there so many windows open? Main doesn't need to be open. Player kind of needs to be open. Client app doesn't need to be open. This doesn't need to be open. That doesn't need to be open. Okay. Game manager is good. Kind of. We'll see. Okay. Now if we receive, else if, crap. If we receive a P argument, set position, net player position, and then we'll have an X, Y, and a Z. So we'll say position equals args 1 to the end, and then we'll convert all the arguments to integers. So int I or I in args 1. And we'll send position and the ID. So this will be args2 and ID is arg1. So the format will be P, pipe, the ID of the player that you want to move, and then pipe, and then XYZ all separated by pipes. Pipes and pipes and pipes. And we will send this message here. And we'll do it at an interval because I don't want to send a billion messages. I'm just going to make it very clear that this is not something that I want to keep. So position timer equals 0. On update, we'll say if, well, self dot position timer minus equals delta time if self dot position timer is less than 0, and that means we have run out of time since the last position update, and we shall send our position again. Wait, opposite. It's the opposite format. So wait, args0 is going to be the player ID. So we can just do that, and then it'll append it automatically on the server end, right? Because it already does that. It should do that. And then there is no, I guess remove is different. Well, let's not make it different. Let's just say that remove. There we go. And then we'll test args1. You know what? Let's say, all right. Client ID equals args0, and we'll make it an integer. And then we'll say command equals args1 and we'll say data equals args 1 to the end, 2 to the end. So now if command equals n, then spawn netplayer client ID. If command equals r, then remove the client associated with client ID. And then if command equals p, we'll take all the data, convert it to integers, and send it to the app. That's much easier to read as well, so that's cool. So set net player position. I feel like we could probably write that in a better way, but ignore it for now. Client ID position. Self.net players client ID dot set position. And that could just work. Okay. I keep wanting to erase those prints. The reflex. And then we never set our position timer back. Equals 1. So we'll do it every second. Cool. And we never actually change the server so that it sent a message to spawn another player, but we're gonna ignore that for now. We're gonna get an index error, or a key error, I mean, in the game manager on this end, aren't we? Maybe not. Yeah, we did error somewhere. Are we printing? Okay. So we're sending this to the network manager. It sends that, that's fine. Gets to the server. The server connection receives it, splits it into arguments. It adds the connection ID to the front of the message, dispatches it using the server. It doesn't exclude ourselves, which it probably should. Let's say self. And then we send that information back to everybody else. So it feels like we should be receiving the right information. I think we might have just parsed this wrong. Print arguments. Well, now we're not receiving our own data, which I think might have helped us. Okay, and then we'll just add another instance. Okay, R5, oh. The remove, wait, why is it being removed? I don't know why it's being removed from the server. That doesn't make a terrible amount of sense. And we need to round that position off because that is nuts. We're not going to concentrate on that right now. This, where's our network manager? Okay. We're printing these arguments. Let's stop printing what we're sending. Let's just focus on what we're receiving and why it's erroring. N8. Why are we receiving N8? Or N and then the... Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is another thing with servers. So you need to stop the server when you make a change to the server. That is an important thing to do. I switched them around. Oh, I don't want to debug. Stop it. Get out of here. I want to run another one. Okay. Now we've got that running. It's not syncing the position.
Readings over Kansas that were very pleasant today. However, we are looking for a new front to begin to drift south and eastward. The central and eastern parts of Kansas will very probably be cloudy in the morning, and then western Kansas will begin to get increasing cloudiness by tomorrow afternoon. Today, however, very, very pleasant reading. 73 up in the Goodland area, 72 at Garden City, 70 reported by Dodge City and Liberal, 72 over by the good folks of
Okay. Okay. We're not printing any arguments. What was up with that? Oh, we were. Why weren't we receiving anything?
And in the Ponca City Blackwell area, 68 degrees today.
Okay, well, let's print sending again. So now we don't know what we're sending.
Winds southerly at about 15 with gusts of 25 miles an hour. Barometric pressure 30.00 and is rising. And no precipitation. We're about a half inch behind, half inch ahead for the year, and 1 5300ths behind for the year so far. We'll be looking for a little bit of a change tomorrow, and of course the possibility of some scattered showers. Today, of course, there's nothing showing up on the radar. However, the satellite photo was pretty interesting for the western half of the U.S. Rain showers.
We're not receiving the position. Is it too long? Could be a possibility. I have no idea how many of you are there, but I'm scared to look. Who's still here? Who went to bed? Once we get this guy moving, I think I'll be happy with our progress for today. It might take a little bit though. Let's see. We still got like a half an hour. I don't know why I'm saying that. Stick around. We got more to come. Got more to come. Don't you worry. Oh wait, X, Y. We don't need that. We don't need that at all. And we also let's round this because I can't stand that. Position equals round I down to the second decimal, I in self dot position XYZ. There we go. Nobody responded. Only consume. You all left. Without saying goodbye, mind you. Ow. Poked my toe. Okay. So we know we're sending it properly. Okay, we're gonna start the server back up. And send some more interesting data. Okay, we received a new message. Maybe I'm not actually dispatching it when I'm receiving it, because the server's receiving them just fine. Am I? Send message. It's literally just sending the word message. Oh. No, it's not. It's not sending the word message, it's sending what I told it to send. Let's just shut everything down. Discard. Okay. Okay. So it's sending it fine. We're just not receiving it. The error. Oh yeah, because if I shut down the first one first, then why am I not receiving that? Exclusively that. Self-dot dispatch. Oh, wait a second. The connection needs a semicolon at the end. Did we? Oh, we didn't add it because we're splitting it at the semicolon, and that excludes all the semicolons. There we go. So then when we split it back in the actual game, then it doesn't work. It doesn't receive anything. Hopefully that's what it was. Oh. Okay, it moved. Oh, int. I need to turn it into a float. Oh, but it's working. Okay, cool. Cool. I'm excited. We're definitely getting somewhere. Let's back to Network Manager and cast it to a float. Oh. Man, I was so scared to get started on this. I was like, I'm going to just... Okay, well... Key error 2. Okay, well, that's easy enough to fix. Let's just ignore the fact that the second client that connects does not spawn an instance of the first client. And we'll say if client ID in self.net players main. There we are. And we'll run another one. See what happens. Oh, there we go. And you see this, he's moving around. He's getting into the helicopter. He's flying away in the helicopter. The helicopter is not moving with it, but it's working, right? It's working. Everybody clap your hands. Buddy, clap your hands. That's right. Still so much left to do, but it still feels good. Oh, okay, I'm willing to see how many people are watching. One person, cool. I can deal with that. I think I can deal with that. Oh. If I'm in Twitch. No, okay, I'm not in Twitch. It's genuinely one person. Alright. What should we do now? Should we smooth his position? Because he's not going to have a lot of the logic of character. He's going to have the animation logic. It's definitely going to be derived from character. But let's see. I feel so much better when I don't know how many people are watching, regardless of how many people there are. One is manageable. Oh. I hope you like it. I hope you like what I'm doing here. My regular followers are gonna be very pleased. Which makes me happy, because then I'll show them. Well, I'll just upload this to YouTube and then you can watch it if you want. And I'll upload the code as well. Let's just smooth the position. Let's do the player timer at 0.2 because that is an insanely low amount of bandwidth. Let's stop printing stuff on the server and the client side. and then go to net player, network player, whatever you called it, and say just define the target position as a position, and then we'll update it. Position XYZ equals I plus J times 0.2 or IJ in zip self dot position dot XYZ self dot target position. So that's a quick little alert function. But I have alert function, it's in utilities. And I ignore that. I'm just gonna but he's hot. So warm. So warm in here. I don't mind. Usually. Hello. Hi. Thank you for talking. I was just blowing on my arm because I was so freaking hot. We're doing some networking, and it's working. It's in the name. Oh, sorry about that. My friend. That's not how I meant to start that sentence. Wait, is that gonna error? Or is it alright? No, okay. So we broke the, yeah, please. Oh shit! You were like the first viewer! How's it going? We've made so much progress. Oh yeah, no, I'm actually excited to see you. Thank you for stopping by. We've got so much more. So we've got a helicopter that you can fly around. Still got the bushes and stuff. Still got, well, I don't know if you saw the jetpacks. I don't know when you last saw the stream. We have elevators. It just looks like a building, but it's an elevator. Thank you. Is it crazy? I can't see myself. Okay, and then we've got cars as well. We've got enemies too. They're standing around somewhere. I don't think I loaded them in, but anyway, we're testing out the networking, and we're not updating the player. And that's I realized that just as I started that script. Just a second. We got self.app. Well, no, self.gameobjects.add. How are you doing? I've been going for a while, and people sort of like, I think they went to sleep, which is fine. There we go. All right, we've got player 2 and we got player 1 here. Player 1 can see player 2, but player 2 cannot see player 1. Okay, the lerp function is really funky. Your brother has the same hair. Do you like your brother? Is he a cool guy? Is he as cool as me? There we go. So it's super laggy. Well, kind of. That's kind of enough to like play. We also need to do like physics stuff with the server. But my golly, this has been a long... I will itch my nose. I refuse to dab. My god, thing fires off into infinity. Oh. A key error. Need to fix the server. You're doing all right. Have you joined my stream since the beginning? I don't think you have you? It's been a while. Like 4 days at least. 5 days? You were on day 1, weren't you? Okay. Feels like forever ago. Okay, we need to go into the server, and we need to send a message to everybody. I don't know what that means. I like that you're communicating in some way to me, but I'm not entirely sure what that means. Ooh, we can also send... We can send multiple message. So for C in if exclude list, then we'll go over all our connections. Say if it's not in the list, then write the data to that connection. If it's not an exclude list, then that means that the list is the list that we want to iterate over. So we say for C in self dot or in connections C dot transport dot write data. So in this message, we want to say for C in self dot connections if C is not connection, then message dot, well, message plus equals, I don't know what the message you are sending me is. You shall not pass. You're an interesting character, my friend. So now we're going to add the command to add more clients to the game. So we are going to add the C dot connection ID, well, yeah, and then new. There we go. So we, oh, and then colon, right, to end the command. And then we will send all that. So self.dispatch message, the connections will be, well, it'll be the connection that we're trying not to send it to. And we are going to, or we're trying to send it to, and then we're not trying to exclude it, we're trying to include it. So it'll do the second protocol and say, only do the ones on the list instead of exclude the ones on the list. So I think this will work. So we can add as many players as we want, and they'll all be instantiated on the client side. That'll be cool. Right. And then move backwards a little bit and start another. There we go. He hops up in the air, and then when we look around with this guy, we've got another guy standing in the doorway in the wrong position. But when we move, well, is it the wrong position? It is kind of the wrong position. It's the wrong position. I'm happy regardless. Yeah, it's definitely the wrong position. I'm not terribly worried about that. For now. Yeah. I don't understand that even a little bit. But we are coming up on the end of the stream, and that's kind of enough for me. Holy moly, this has been productive. This has been very productive. Very, very productive. How do I look like this? Just imagine that, wait. Imagine that the top of my hair isn't there. Somebody just joined, and I'm doing that shit. Where are we going? I won't leave for 7 more minutes. But for the person that just joined, stay tuned for like 1 second. I want to show you what we've achieved today. Okay. Got the server running, and we tried to start another one accidentally, and it didn't run because you can't share an IP or a port. Right, and then we start the game, and we start another instance of the game, and we can run around with each other. Fly helicopters and stuff. We did this all in Python. So if the helicopter doesn't move with you. Python and Pygame, Kivy. 3 libraries. Yeah, I don't know why my position gets offset. Such a weird way. On the server end, but we'll figure it out another time. This is cool. I'm really happy with how this worked out. I was super nervous about starting the networking because I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna bullshit my way through this, but aha, got it. Hey. It's a good start. And then, I mentioned what happens when your brother comes in your room. Have you subscribed to me? Or, I mean, not subscribed, but followed me? Are you one of my friends? My fellow friends? I hope so. So I have a goal. And you have been here since day one, and I appreciate that. I didn't even put in my stream name that I was doing networking. That would have probably been an interesting little hook, but that's alright. I'm happy with the progress that we've made. Man, it's with all the memes. I can't. I want to have a conversation. Okay. So, for anybody who may or may not be here, other than Twisterkin, we just made a server with Twisted, the networking library in Python, and we connected our game. And now it's multiplayer. And you can play and you can shoot with your friends. Kind of. We'll work on it tomorrow or whenever. I'll stream tomorrow morning, so we'll work on it then, inevitably. But it would be nice to see somebody else talking. Unless you're lying in bed on your phone or something like that. It'd be creepy if I called that out. But you can just relax. I'll just be hopping around collecting these apples for 2 minutes. While I think about stuff and talk about stuff. I'm really happy with how this turned out. And I cannot wait until tomorrow, where I show this to all my friends that I've made here. And they're gonna be like, what? So excited. Because then they'll be able to play with me when I debug my stuff. And we'll all have a jolly old time. You'll watch in the morning? Where are you in the world? Because I stream at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time to 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So if that is some time that you can make it and you're not sleeping, then I would love to have anybody who wants to join me. There are a lot of nice people that come on this channel. Love to have you. We all contribute our ideas. Kind of a shit show sometimes, but they came up with jetpacks, I think. Maybe, no, I came up with the jumping, but they came up with the jetpack. They pushed me to do crazy stuff. This is gonna be an insane game by the end of this. I have like sociopaths directing it, and I'm like, slave. But I love them, and they cannot entertain themselves without my black magic. So I don't know how somebody gets up at 6:30 in the morning and watches me stream. Is it relaxing? Somebody said they were gonna fall asleep to my stream. Did that happen? I think that happened at some point. That's weird to me. I'm new at this, but that's weird to me. It's a funky idea. I like it. It's a very nice community, Twitch is. I like the amount of people that are just willing to talk and like joke around and who really actually get interested in what you're doing. I love that. They're like way more supportive than my normal family. No, my family's nice. They just don't understand that playing on computers can be fun. I think they probably understand that. I'm thinking they definitely understand that it's fun sometimes, but I don't know. I'm ranting. I'm a little tired. I've been doing this for 3.5 hours today, or this afternoon. I'm doing 7 hours a day. I'm pretty happy with that. Was the I do that you were gonna fall asleep to me talking? I don't know if I want to play that role in your life. You know what I mean? I'm just gonna collect all these apples and think about how I'm gonna make my networking work. Since we got 3 viewers, and I'm surprised you guys. I would like you guys to talk. I love when you guys talk to me. Are you guys I feel like I'm on a loop because I said that before and I was like, wait, no, they might be in bed and they might be like sitting there. One left. Less pressure. Less pressure to kill these apples as fast as humanly possible. It's just printing no connection on the side. Stop trying. It's never gonna happen. I don't know how I'm gonna I'll hook this up to an online server. Like I got it working localhost, but I don't. Do I just port forward and hope nobody hacks me? Is that what happens? Is that how people do that? I'm not gonna port forward my server, but I also don't know how to host it from another website. How do you host a Python server from another website? It's probably possible. I'm sure it's possible. I'm gonna fly my helicopter. Hey, how's it going? It's nice to see somebody talking. 12:04. Oh, you're only 2 hours ahead of me. How's it going? I almost just collected all these apples. Have you, I cannot read your name. Not because it's hard to read, but because it's like light green on white. What's up? What do you here for? What do you like to do? Do you like Python? Or game design? I'm happy to have you here. Your brother's here. Why are you so adamant about telling me where your brother is? No, I'm not using a game engine. Wow, a lot of people are suddenly talking right now. I like it. No, I'm not using a game engine. I'm using just Kivy. And I'm using Kivy, and my physics engine is PyMonk. And I just recently added networking, which is the stream of no connection on the right side. I do sometimes, my dreams always involve game design. Yeah, pretty much. It's like anything that's unexplainable is like, oh, it's a video game now. What Relsec? What's your story? What do you like to do? I've had some ideas. That were kind of cool, but I think a lot of them are just like, they're cool in concept, but in execution it might not be so cool. Where'd my helicopter go? I think I ditched it somewhere. Oh yeah. Porting it over to Unity, why would you do that? What are you using for the networking? We actually just did networking today. That was what this stream was about. I didn't put it in the title, but it was what the stream was about. We just added multiplayer. The multiplayer is very, very vague. It's just like a little static character that goes where the other person is. It sort of lurks there, but it's a start. We'll have it up and running. Ooh, sockets. That is a painful experience. Much respect to anybody who can put together a socket server like that without any crappy coding techniques. I'm using Twisted. Twisted is so nice. Look at this network code here. So this is my server. This is my connection protocol. This is my network manager and factory. Pretty simple, like really just calling arguments from or calling functions from other methods and routing things around. And then we have a network player that just sits at the position. I can show you the multiplayer. It's so nice. It is like, I tried doing it with sockets for a while, and I got something, I got some like small little 2D games working. But it's just such a pain, and it's so unreliable unless you do it perfectly. So this is how the multiplayer works. It's pretty, for some reason it's inaccurate. Oh wait, okay, I'll figure that out in like tomorrow, but for some reason it's off. But it's nice to like have it kind of working. It doesn't need to be that like laggy. I'm just restricting the amount of times it refreshes over the server just because I'm streaming right now. And I didn't want to pump it full. But we'll smooth it out. We'll add some logic to like determine whether or not we want to send our position or not, and then we'll smooth it. Yeah, I think it's like the position is scaled by something. Seems just amplified a little bit. But anyway. It worked pretty well. I went into it thinking that I was gonna just screw it up. Like I made a backup and I was like, well, we'll see how this goes. But it worked out really nicely. I was surprised. What's my story? I started programming in high school as a side thing. And then I started programming more, and then I didn't do my homework, and I dropped out of high school, and I kept programming, and that's it. That's about 4 years of programming, and I don't regret it. Because I feel like there's some value to it. I took a game design course for a semester. But other than that, it's pretty much just self-taught. A lot of trial and error. And research. Oh, really? I never made it that far. But, I mean, there's some things to be learned from school, but I was just always way better at teaching myself. I think that's, obviously. Oh my god. I programmed so many little games on my TI-84 calculator. That's awesome. I made a little stock market game. I made a little like bomb defusal game. I remember that moment where I I don't know how you got started, but like I started by like copying code from the internet, from like a YouTube video of just code, and thank God it worked, because I don't know what I would have done if it didn't work, because it was like a 15-minute video of just code, and I typed it all in, like, and then I stopped, and it was a game of Snake, and I was like, oh my God, all I did was type things in, and then I got hooked. Python came after, and I was like, oh, this is real. Programming is so cool. I'm streaming on here. You can look at my schedule. That's cool. I love that. I love just the curiosity, and then you realizing what it's all about. And it's not quite as magical as you thought it was, you know? It's like, oh, I could do this. But anyway. Thank you for the follow. How much time? Don't think of it like that. That's all I gotta say. No. Yeah, look at my schedule, though, RelSec. I'd love to have you in another stream. Just find little things that you want to figure out how to do, and then figure out how to do them. And then keep doing that. Every little thing that you learn will open up another door for something else for you to learn. It'll just sort of snowball. If you just keep going at it and acknowledge that you don't know how it's going to progress, just keep learning and keep improvising and be creative with your solutions. It doesn't matter if it's the best way, just get something working. You'll see that a ton in my streams. Just get something working and then fix it from there. Especially the streams, because I'm like, I always feel like I'm gonna let people down if I'm just sitting there fumbling with something, like changing my mind all the time, so I just go for it. But it really is the best way. Just go for it. If it doesn't work, then that's fine. It's whatever. You'll learn something anyway. So don't worry about your level of programming. Just keep researching little things. Challenge yourself. That's my advice. Yeah, I know. Everybody goes through it, and it's like, I know exactly what you mean. And this stream has helped me so much with that. Like, I go through it all the time. It's like, oh shit. Like the beginning of this stream specifically, I was so worried about how I was gonna get the networking done. I was like, I have no idea. I don't remember Twisted. I remember small bits and pieces. I can't. How am I gonna do this? And everybody was like, I had promised multiplayer at some point, and then I brought it up. And then I was like, all right, I'm going for it. And just worked at it for 3.5 hours. And we got something done, just one step at a time. So, happens to everybody, but in back. We're talking about inspiring ourselves. Yeah, I will support you in whatever you do. Share your programs. Share them with me. I'll look at them, and you know what? If somebody wants to send me a little program, I'm not a professional, all right? So don't think that I'm like pretending to be somebody that I'm not. But We can all put our heads together, and I'll give you what I think of your programs. And I'll give you maybe some little comments in it. That offer goes out to anybody. We can send it. You know what? We'll figure something out for the channel, because this is about learning. It's about learning and supporting each other, because programming is a hard thing to keep doing. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm promising too much, but I will definitely support you, because I know the feeling. But I need to go to bed because I have to stream at 6:30 in the morning, and I need to eat as well. I got off work and I didn't eat before I streamed, so I gotta eat and drink water, take care of my body. It's nice to meet you guys. I'm glad you could join me. I'm not sure what Code Wars is, though. I've been looking at that message for a while, and I was like, I don't know what that is, and I never said anything. Yeah, I don't know what Code Word is. Check.io is a nice program that I use for little problem solvings. I enjoy writing little games or something. So awesome. We'd love to have you there, and we'll have a bunch of other people too. I'll check it out. Thanks for the link. For anybody just joining in, it shows I have 5 viewers. That could be wrong. But I'm streaming at 6:30 Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, and I'm streaming from 6:30 to 10 p.m. and a.m. both times Pacific Standard Time. Check my schedule if you want to join in and hang out. And we're doing networking. We're doing multiplayer, so I can play with you guys. And we can shoot stuff. Alright. Yeah. See you. See you later. See you tomorrow if you want. If you want to join me. Be awesome. Oh, you guys take care.